We're going live.
And we are live. Good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to the Gem of Crypto, episode 652. Today is Tuesday, February 2nd, 2021, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we are here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish, and I'm looking at the chats, hoping that today chat box is working. I'm saying it was not working for them either. Top stories of the day: IBM blockchain is a shell of its former self after revenue misses, job cuts, says sources. Senator to launch financial innovation caucus to educate lawmakers on crypto. Robinhood CEO to reportedly testify before U.S. House Committee over GameStop. SEC charges promoters of Steven Seagal's Sprunk ICO from 2018. Winklevoss Gemini crypto exchange launches earn offering, and last but not least, following Grayscale's contribution, Kraken donates $100,000 to Coin Center. But first and foremost, let's go ahead and check out those prices.
Oh, yeah. So
let me get that screen share when you get a chance.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha. So let's take a look at these prices. And before we do that, just a quick mention, the comments are not working again. This seems like a concerted effort. Hopefully they come back soon. So let's take a look at the prices for today. Bitcoin at $34,835 is up 4% today. Ethereum at $1,435 is up 9%, flirting with all-time highs. Ripple, the only coin that tanked today, pretty much, at 38 cents is down 12% today. Stellar at 33 cents is up 8%. Chainlink at $23 is up 5%. Cardano at 44 cents is up 29% this morning. Quickly, I saw that happen. Litecoin at $143 is up 11%. And last but not least, EOS at 302 is up 0.41%. And I do have to mention Dogecoin for those people who want to join the Doge army a little late. It is down 20% today, down to 3 cents. So if you got in at 7-8 cents, for those of you not looking too nice, but again, Dogecoin is known to pump.
And I'm going to go ahead and throw it out there. I think these are the new, maybe not the bare bones bottom, but these are the new bottoms. That's why I say I do think Dogecoin can eventually get to $1 because, believe it or not, I can't believe I'm saying this, but the new bottom will be like 1 to 2 cents. If it can stay at 1 or 2 cents, a Dogecoin, 10 cents possible. Still be saying in 30,000. 30,000 is the new floor. This is a pretty cool thing, I think. Like, we are looking at a 30K Bitcoin as a floor. We're looking at a 3 cent Doge. I mean, it's down 20% at 3 cents. I think this is healthy for the market in general. Of course, with Bitcoin reign supreme, yes. But the fact that these other assets and these all other altcoins are pumping, Chainlink, like you said, still pumping. You got mayoral support behind that. This is a very exciting time for these coins. And like you said, that Cardano pump, I've been eyeing that one as well because I know a lot of people have been talking about it. They have that community behind it. Who knows if they will survive, but I know there are some Cardano warriors out there as well. All right, top story of the day. IBM blockchain is a shell of its former self after revenue misses and job cuts, says sources. What? Are you telling me the intranet that IBM created as a blockchain is no longer working already? What is going on?
Who could have predicted the blockchain, not Bitcoin crowd, as we stated back in 2017 when it started? Everybody would be like, we would say Bitcoin, and people were like, yeah, I like blockchain technology. We'd be like, what the fuck is that? Like, what's a blockchain?
Which blockchain are you speaking?
What's a blockchain without Bitcoin? And if it is a private blockchain, that is a slower database. IBM, it only took a few $1 billion for them to realize this. They could have watched one episode and they would have not done this. Or they could have just gave us billions of dollars to show them where they were going wrong. But it says here, quote, there's not really going to be a blockchain team any longer, said a person familiar with the situation. And it states IBM has cut its blockchain team down to almost nothing, according to 4 people familiar with the situation, i.e. former employees, who they are the biggest snitches. Job losses at IBM escalated as the company failed to meet its revenue targets for the once feted technology by 90% this year, according to one of the sources. IBM is doing a major reorganization, said a source at the startup, and also states there, again, there's not really going to be a blockchain team any longer. Most of the blockchain people at IBM have left. So once again, blockchain, not Bitcoin people, what are you talking about? Because when people say, yeah, I'm in blockchain space, I'm in blockchain technology, it's like, okay, so did you read about it? You know about it, but what are you doing? And usually when you say, what are you doing? It usually comes to a standstill right there, because then they're like, well, I'm working on stuff. What are you doing? Like, that has nothing to do with anything. So IBM, it took them billions of dollars to understand it. Don't waste your time saying blockchain, not Bitcoin, because that could change everything. Not really. Amazon Web Services is actually more efficient
Right, exactly.
than a private blockchain. So,
well, I'm glad this is finally being called out in the way you're doing it as well, because finally, hopefully we can see that come out where it's just like, if you say blockchain, you don't mention which blockchain you're talking about, everyone looks at you like an idiot. So I'm hoping that's what this will actually lead to. And I was just looking at the comments again one more time. Somebody said maybe we need to turn something off and try it. I tried it. No, it isn't an official shadow ban. We are in here.
yeah.
Hey, 5K was the number. All right, we found out the number for small YouTubers out there. 5K is the number. If you hit 5K and you're talking about something you ain't supposed to be talking about, you're up out of there. That's it.
Oh man,
this is crazy. This is only the second time it's happened. Like,
back days.
Back then they didn't want us. Now we hot. All right, Senator to launch Financial Innovation Caucus to educate lawmakers on crypto. There we go. They like, look, we don't want to see our lawmakers end up like that IBM and Melvin Capital PAC. We know you guys don't know what to do in this ever-changing dynamic market. So we are going to launch a Financial Innovation Caucus to educate lawmakers on crypto. All I know is that Bitcoin's Andreas Antonopoulos, some of these names aren't on this caucus, then I don't trust it. I don't want it. I don't want my tax money funding it. That is right. Cynthia Loomis, not to be confused with Dr. Loomis from Michael Myers. The first U.S. senator to own Bitcoin will launch a Financial Innovation Caucus to educate her fellow senators about Bitcoin and crypto assets. Woo!
Let's go.
Hey,
Let's go.
I see what's going on. Hey, she saw that. Oh, she saw the ticket increase. Oh, we about to learn about this. We're not playing this game. We are not playing this game for the next 10 years. That is right. Senator Cynthia Loomis, the first senator in the history of the United States to own Bitcoin, has revealed plans to launch a Financial Innovation Caucus to educate her fellow senators on cryptocurrency and digital assets. Appearing on Anthony Pompliano's podcast on February 2nd, Loomis announced her intention to establish a caucus, stating, "We hope to use it as a springboard to educate members of the U.S. Senate and their staff about Bitcoin specifically, but about other opportunities for cryptocurrency and financial innovation in blockchain." What are your thoughts on this and this task force or this caucus she's created?
Oh yeah, well, the reason I know Senator Loomis is legit. She's been in Bitcoin since 2012, 2013. She's spoken about it before, and she even stated that they're speaking about Bitcoin specifically, but they'll discuss other opportunities, which is how it should be. Other stuff, other cryptocurrencies, blockchain tech, all of that is secondary. Bitcoin is the main discussion, and people have to get that through their head. I know it's cute, it's fun to jump over to DeFi, to say I'm in NFTs, to say I'm doing blockchain technology. All that stuff is, you know, the sexy stuff. Bitcoin's kind of boring, but it is exactly what it's doing, exactly what it's supposed to do. That's usually what boring stuff is. And I like the fact that Loomis is focusing on that. I also like the fact that she's fighting the narrative that somehow cryptocurrency is for criminals. Thank you so much. She's going to present the chain analysis forensics data that states that less than 0.3% of all transactions are illicit, and that cash is still king for illicit activities because it's still relatively anonymous. And hopefully they can get rid of their fears. They can stop thinking of crypto as this, like, you know, a bunch of teenagers running around with TikTok videos and memes. It's like, no, the richest man in the world owns crypto. So you need to wrap your head around it. I don't care how old you are, how long you've been in the Senate or in the or been a regulator. You have to know about this, because as we always say, you won't have a choice. So you might as well learn now and get ahead of the game. So shout out to Cynthia Loomis. Hope to speak with her soon.
And she also, you know, I get it. Way to be a good teammate. It says here she sought to quell the crypto community concerns about Yellen, describing the Treasury Secretary as having, quote, an open mind about crypto. However, the senator stated it's going to take a lot of work to get where we can have an open dialogue that is free from the clutter of seeing this knee-jerk reaction to the concern that all crypto is subject to criminal activity. This is an issue for me. Again, and I was going to mention that when you said, hey, you know, she's going to present this evidence. Evidence was presented that there were no weapons of mass destruction in Iraq and Afghanistan. That didn't stop the war.
That didn't stop the war. Yeah.
Yeah, people want to fight, we're going to fight. If regulators want to regulate, they're going to regulate. So I'm with you on that. I think honestly it will fall on deaf ears, unfortunately, because again, we gotta remember what this means. If Bitcoin and cryptocurrency works, of course it can run simultaneously to the even at best, if it runs simultaneously to the current financial system we have and it doesn't overtake it, if it just runs parallel to it, that still drastically dilutes the United States dollar and marginalizes our power internationally. So I just don't see them right at this moment taking it like, oh, okay, this is the evidence. I think they're going to look at the numbers and maybe she gets in the car accident or has a heart attack the next day. I don't know. Like seriously, like yeah. I think they're going to look at those numbers and be like, yeah, we know it ain't used for criminal activity. That's like, so what? We still going to get these tax scores.
Exactly. We got to make up an excuse.
And I say that only because she's already stated it's going to take a lot of work to where we can get to where we can have an open dialogue. Why? If the numbers are here, these are the numbers, if this is the evidence, then it shouldn't take any work to have an open dialogue. This is the evidence. There's nothing to talk about. So that's what worries me is that she already knows. She's already prepping people like, hey guys, even though I have the evidence, it's not going to happen overnight. But like even the dialogue part. So it's like she's already admitting we won't even have dialogue overnight, which means we won't be moving in a positive direction for at least a year or two, is the way I'm just looking at it. So
always slow.
I am positive, I'm happy and excited, but I'm also being like realistic about the situation.
Oh yeah. And also too, I think her plight is correct, but her view is a little different. Like her actions to try and convince Congress and other people, older people who don't want to do, you shouldn't be doing, you should basically be going to crypto people and saying, why don't y'all come into politics? Because
boom, I was gonna say it too. You just took it out of my mouth. You took it.
These old cronies are not going to listen. So why even waste the time, or why even waste my breath? And I could just get a bunch of crypto people who are qualified to move into the political space. So then we won't even have this discussion. We'll all be on the same page, and then we can move forward. So I think that you are right. The United States is going to protect the dollar as much as they can. The problem is the way that they protect the dollar is with military force. Unfortunately, inflation cannot be stopped with a bullet. Inflation is going to happen.
Oh, we got another quote of the day right there.
Hey, it's going to happen. It's already happening. We're already printing the money. So I think what the quail or thing is when inflation gets too bad and people are in the streets, like I can't afford a bottle of milk. That's when you'll see the military might to say, no, you still need to use the US dollar. However, Bitcoin running parallel as a different option will win by default, I think. So Cynthia Loomis, it's noble what she's doing, but I think the strategy is a little off. Forget all these
Cynthia.
old
We on your side though, Cynthia. We want or Loomis, Senator Loomis. We want to see you win and succeed for sure. We just know it's going to be an uphill battle.
Absolutely.
Man, that was a great quote you just said. Like bullets can't stop inflation. I definitely wanted to point that out. That was gold right there. That was a gold one. I'm going back to our actual video. I was trying to check comments. And yes, the comments still are not working. We have made it. It is official. The video will be jacked up as never happened before. But onward and forward we march. SEC charges promoters of Steven Seagal. I don't even know how to say this word. Spranked ICO from 2018. The word is SPRUIKED. Do you know how to say that?
Spruiked? Not sure.
I don't know. What's going on with this Steven Seagal ICO though? He came a year late and $1 short. They was like, oh, we know we get in 2018, people.
Oh yeah. Well, see, this is the thing. When it came out, you can go back and find it. Said this was the dumbest idea we've probably ever heard for an ICO. Because if it's named after a person or if it's promoted by a famous person, most likely a scam. So the U.S. Security and Exchange Commission has charged 3 individuals for various cryptocurrency frauds, including this 2018 initial coin offering, the Steven Seagal promoted altcoin Bitcoin to Gen. And remember, we were like Bitcoin with 2 eyes is already, I mean, how much more scammy can you get? Whenever something is misspelled on purpose, like it's definitely a scam.
Coinbase, not Coinbase when you log on.
Yeah, exactly. Like Bitcoin, yeah. Bitcoin, Bitcoin to Gen. February 1st, SEC announcement estimates that the Bitcoin Gen founder John DeMar, Start Options founder Christian Krustik, and promoter Robin Enos duped investors out of more than $11 million through 2 fraudulent and unregistered security offerings from December 17th until May 2018. So again, the ICO market I hate to say, I didn't want to say we told you so, but we told you so. Every ICO that people kept telling us, jump in and talk about this. Why don't you do that one? They all getting taken down one by one because this is low hanging fruit. This is really easy for the SEC to come and say, you made $11 million. Here's your 6 months. Pay us $2 million. Like, to get out of our face. Like, this is light work. This is the tap on the wrist. Get these blatant scams out of here, and then we can work on bigger ones. But yes, Bitcoin to Jen was definitely a scam, and of course, Steven Seagal was definitely one of the people who got $1 million payout and promoted the ICO because Floyd Mayweather, DJ Khaled, the game, a bunch of other people that promote ICO. I'm sure they just got $1 million check, and they were like, all you have to do is do this 2-minute commercial. They're like, bet. And they went from there. So we'll see exactly what Steven Seagal's penalty will be for this, but I'm pretty sure it would be nothing.
Yeah, it looks like also he didn't receive his full meal. Not knowing about cryptocurrency, he agreed to 750,000 of those B2G tokens, which are essentially worth $0. So they already played him on the front end. they played him on the advisory pack. Are you trying to get that advisory token pack? Yeah, we'll give you 40%, bro.
Yeah, 40% of nothing is nothing.
So they played him on that, and then it looks like he's supposed to get $250,000 in cash, but he only claimed to receive $157,000. So he might have been one of drop down. Y'all want to pay my money?
Yeah, I want to pay my money.
Right. He might have been. Or I won't say how fast. He was charged by the SEC in February of last year. Again, this is happening this year. It looks like he was ordered to pay $330,000 of commission, so it'll be less than what he actually even brought in from this scam. And again, him probably not knowing it was a scam. But to be fair, like entertainment celebrities, you know, with something like, even though you don't know if it's a full scam or not, you know you're in that gray area. He knew he was in that gray. $1 million to do what? Cool.
Yeah.
You knew you
how you end up with negative 6 figures for doing an ICO? You only got 157, but you had to pay 330. Only person I know that made negative 6 figures on ICO.
Everybody else bringing money home. So it doesn't pay to be an ICO endorser. You just got to do it yourself. But it's one of those things where it's crazy too, where it's just like, I mean, as a celebrity, who would have thought the SEC would come after you 2 years later? It's 2020. You're sitting there, you're relaxing. I mean, it's Steven Seagal. How many $150,000 checks did he get? He gets a few, right? So he's probably like, oh, wait, what? Like, you know, it's crazy. It is crazy. Winklevoss Gemini crypto exchange launches Earn offering. That is right. Gemini's new interest earning program allows customers to earn interest on 26 crypto assets supported by the platform. What is going on with the Gemini twins? This is a pretty good deal.
Oh, yeah. So we've heard rumblings of this coming soon. Dubbed Gemini Earn, this program lets customers earn up to 7.4% annual interest on all cryptocurrencies supported by Gemini. The platform supports cryptos like Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Zcash, and others. The program is immediately available for select Gemini customers, while a full-scale rollout is scheduled for early this month. And Gemini Chief Operating Officer Noah Perlman has stated to Cointelegraph that interest rates for each cryptocurrency are based on supply and demand in the market for borrowing that crypto. Interest is compounded and paid daily, with earnings being generated in the same cryptocurrency as the deposited funds. So one thing I want to discuss here is that we're starting to see a lot of outflows from exchanges like Gemini, Coinbase, Uphold, some of the centralized exchanges. We're starting to see a lot of outflows from there because people are starting to hold and not thinking of selling anytime soon. So as a way to give people an incentive to stay on their exchange, you're going to see a lot of exchanges start this where they can actually give you a percentage for keeping your crypto on their exchange or for staking it, because why else would you keep it there? If you're buying it for long term, you just move it off the exchange as soon as you get it. But in an effort to keep people on there, they'll give you a little 7% on top of what you already make, compound interest at the end of the year. You could make some pretty good money in that crypto. Just hopefully nothing happens to your wallet or that they let you withdraw it. So shout out to Gemini and Winklevoss brothers for moving forward, taking other people's ideas and making them better.
Yeah, hilarious. And that's all they really did, essentially, for sure.
That's all this is.
Yeah, they're not doing nothing new. But I mean, I just want to pause. We had to give you credit for this, the way you just analyze it. Like, I really appreciate it. And I think it's unfortunate we don't have these comments today because I know people would be excited about it. But the way you just broke that down, I'm excited because, I mean, you essentially just broke down the new savings plan, like a new savings account for new banks. This is going to be the new bank. This is going to be the new savings account. I wasn't even thinking about cryptocurrency outflow from exchanges, especially everything that's going on now that people are holders. So again, the way you analyze it, that's why I started smiling. I was like, I didn't even think of that. Like they do have to do something to keep people on platforms now that people are doing cross atomic swaps. They know they don't need exchanges. What better way than to start a savings account? Essentially, they're starting a retarded or exaggerated savings account at 7.4%, which is a good return as well. I know Exodus has different ones where you can go in as well. But shout out Gemini, like you said, is recycling the old ideal. The only way this works is if the exchange works. And of course, that's why Gemini was like, we're backed by New York. Hey, they backed by real gangsters. We know that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, kudos to them. I think this will work. Gemini, the only thing about them is that it'll be interesting to see they let retail do this, or will it just be more institutions or higher networks? I already know how Gemini play. They're like, when they say select customers, they're like, anybody who's done a $250,000 in transactions can jump on this platform. So I wonder if it's just going to be for that crowd, or will it be for the mom and pops too, where they're just going to have like 90% of the masses crypto store? Because if it is for the mom and pop crowd, they definitely have an uphill battle to go because a lot of people don't know who Gemini is. But if it's just for institutions, I mean, could you imagine somebody dumping $300 million into the account at 7.4% for crypto and holding it there?
Yeah.
Like you said, the Bitcoin standard.
And one thing I'm interested in seeing is the select people that they allow. Remember, that percentage APR is based off supply and demand. So if they get that 7.4, the supply is less by the time you get to it, and the demand is increasing because now retail can get to it. Now that interest rate might be 3.5. So watch out for that. Don't be surprised if in a month the interest rate is all of a sudden 3.5%, 4%, and that's when you can start. And then all the rich people are locked in at 7.4. So I've seen this happen before. PayPal did it. Anytime you have a crypto type bank, this is what happens. So just watch out for that. So it might be 7.4 now, maybe a little bit less later.
Especially if, like you said, it's locked in, because if it is locked in, essentially you're losing money at that 3% rather than buying the underlying asset, as we always say, which is crazy. If it works out like that.
And they got you again. Now you have staked it and kept it on the exchange.
I can see that happening. We're like, oh yeah, 7, like you said, 3% every month, 6 months. You have to lock it in. Let that thing go on a bull run during that time. What, you're gonna be mad? You're gonna be mad. I want my money. Nah. You're gonna get this 3%, and we'll give you your money back in December. All right. Like, don't you worry. It's been used to buy Bitcoin. Don't you worry.
Oh, yeah. All right. We rehypothecated just
right. Last but not least, following Grayscale's contribution, Kraken donates $100,000 to Coin Center. That is right. The crypto exchange signed.
Let's give him a hand for that. Shout out Kraken.
Shout out Kraken. You know what? I'm glad you gave them a hand clap. Definitely want to shout out Kraken, because I'm not gonna lie, I thought Kraken was dead a long time ago. And essentially the exchange is, but Kraken as the business in the crypto industry is not. They have done all types of things. They stood tall to the SEC. Of course, they had the exchange. They've been in different types of narratives, which they deserve to be in. And now they're actually donating to Coin Center's work in the challenging the proposed FinCEN self-hosted wallet rule, as well as a stable act from the U.S. government. Again, Kraken has pledged $100,000 to Coin Center, a cryptocurrency advocacy group based in Washington, D.C. Now, again, this is important because this is self-regulation too, people. When we talk about people to stand up for the crypto community and everything, they're donating this money, again, essentially to combat this FinCEN self-hosted wallet rule and that stable act from the government. And oh, by the way, you know, if you're anything like me and you're wondering why is everyone donating to Coin Center, they're essentially lobbyists for cryptocurrency people in Washington, D.C. They are lobbying on our behalf. So again, shout out to Kraken. And what are some other things going on with the story?
Oh yeah, so with Kraken receiving or pledging $100,000 to Coin Center, with Grayscale doing it, you can see now Coin Center is sort of the official lobbyist. One thing I do want to look for, or one thing every time I see lobbyists like Coin Center get money, is that whenever they try and push back against different laws, a lot of times they come out on top, but the law still may go through with less stringent stuff. So I'm not saying their ability to get rid of crypto regulations is real. I just know that they have a shot, and that if they can have comments, they can send letters, they can actually lobby, we have a shot. Even though I will say, in places like Russia or other places, they're probably laughing like, you let them talk to you about this, and they probably squash it really quick. I'm glad to live in a country where you at least have a chance to say what's on your mind, speak out, to try and lobby for that. And if you have enough money behind you, those same lobbyists can basically put you in a position to be more powerful than anybody else. We've seen that with banking lobbyists. We've seen that with farmland lobbyists. We've seen that with big business lobbyists. They push them to the forefront to where they basically run this country. Imagine if crypto starts getting that same amount of money and that same amount of influence. I think we could see something similar. So shout out to Kraken and Jesse Powell, the team over there, and Coin Center as well.
And I just want to announce, if you are watching, thanks for watching. I see 47 thumbs up. So apparently people can thumbs it up and possibly watch. It's just no comments. Yeah, it says 87 people watching now. So it's just the comments. I have no clue what's going on in the comment section. We'll do the research today. But this is only the second day it's ever happened for us in over 3 years. So it might be that 5K mark. We made it. Like I said, what else is going on? To the commenters, I was laughing at the commenters last night. Somebody left a comment and they were wondering who's the one person that keeps leaving the thumb down on all our videos. Like, people don't understand. This is so hilarious.
It must be Jamie Dimon.
Like, who exactly? It has to be like, is it Jamie Dimon? Like, who have we offended this much? Like, who takes their time to go on a YouTube video that nobody really watches and put a thumb down every day? Like, that is the most hilarious thing to be like.
Hey, well, at least we got another viewer. Hey, that's all.
Hey,
we got a one consistent
still helping
viewer.
The algorithm, whether you know it or not. You are helping the algorithm.
Oh yeah.
But somebody pointed that out in the comments. I thought I mentioned that because I was like, yeah, I noticed. I've seen the same thumbs down for years now. It just comes about the blue. Somebody who's like, "Oh, they on again? Not today."
Yeah, it's probably Hendrix from yesterday.
Right. It's the Ripple Army. They sent somebody
Ripple
here
Army.
today. Yeah. What other announcements do you have for today?
Nothing much. Clubhouse, Black Bitcoin Billionaires giveaways all month. Join us on there. Black Bitcoin Billionaire. There's an event every single day. Today's event is from 12:30 to 2:45. I won't be in that one, but it is Bitcoin for grandmas and grandpas, or for older people. So
a lot of people need to join that. We've been getting a lot of beginner questions.
Top by Granny Crypto. Yes, that'll be today, 12:30 to 2:45. So check it out, Clubhouse. If you need it, let me know. I have a couple of invites. I still got to figure it out.
As always, thank you for watching. Again, please make sure you smash that like and share. We're not sure what's going on in the comment section. Hopefully tomorrow we have it figured out, because that is one of the funnest parts of us doing the live. I mean, that's one of the reasons we do the live stream, to go to the comment section. So we'll definitely try to have it. We'll try to have it fixed tomorrow and get that feedback. But again, I don't know. We hit 5K, 2 shows back to back. All of a sudden, there's been 0 comments. So we'll figure this out.
Calling me.
All right, you all have a great day. We'll see you all tomorrow with some more crypto news.